In the realm of myth and legend, the waters have always been home to mystery, danger, and beauty. Among the most fascinating water spirits tied to Germanic and Norse tradition are the Rhine Maidens, mystical beings who embody both enchantment and tragedy. The Rhine Maidens, or Rheinmaidens, are often described as nymph-like guardians of the river Rhine. Their story has roots in older Germanic folklore and echoes in Norse mythology, representing themes of nature, temptation, greed, and the destructive power of desire. Over time, their legend has been most famously immortalized in Richard Wagner's Der Ring des Nibelungen, but the cultural and mythological elements of the Rhine Maidens reach much deeper than opera. The Rhine Maidens were depicted as three beautiful sisters, ethereal water spirits who lived in the depths of the Rhine River. Their role in myth was to guard a powerful treasure known as the Rheingold, a magical hoard that contained not only immense wealth, but also the potential for limitless power. The Rheingold was symbolic of nature's raw and untamed energy, precious yet perilous if corrupted by greed. The maidens themselves were guardians, not warriors, and their defense of the treasure relied on purity, vigilance, and their ability to resist temptation. Their beauty and enchanting voices often lured travelers or invaders, but their purpose was not to destroy mortals. It was to protect the sacred gift entrusted to them by the river itself. In Norse and Germanic mythology, the motif of maidens connected to rivers, lakes, and treasures is common. The Rhine Maidens bear similarities to the Norse Nornir and Disir, supernatural women tied to fate and natural forces, as well as to the legendary Valkyries who chose warriors for Odin's halls. However, the Rhine Maidens are distinct in their connection to wealth and the dangers of human ambition. They embody an ancient warning that nature's gifts can be corrupted when mortals seek to control them rather than respect them. The most famous retelling of their story comes through Wagner's 19th century operatic cycle. In the opening of Das Rheingold, the Rhine Maidens sing joyfully in the river as they guard their treasure, only to be approached by the dwarf Alberic. Enraged by their rejection of his affections, Alberic steals the Rheingold and forges from it the Ring of Power, cursing love in exchange for dominion over the world. This theft sets into motion the entire saga of gods, heroes, and destruction in Wagner's epic, with the Rhine Maidens playing a symbolic role as the initial victims of greed and the final restorers of balance when the ring is returned to them. Though Wagner dramatized their tale for opera, the themes of the Rhine Maidens resonate deeply with Norse and Germanic mythological traditions. The treasure guarded by nature spirits reflects the concept of hidden wealth beneath the earth or water, treasures that bring doom to those who covet them. The dwarf Alberic mirrors figures in Norse mythology, such as Andvari, a dwarf who owned a cursed ring that also brought ruin to its bearers. Both tales intertwine greed, betrayal, and the destructive power of cursed wealth, demonstrating how Germanic and Norse traditions often warned against the corrupting force of desire. The Rhine Maidens themselves are often interpreted as symbols of innocence, purity, and the unspoiled natural world. They represent harmony with the river and its gifts, a harmony broken when Alberic violates the natural order by seizing the gold. Their voices in Wagner's music echo the lament of lost innocence, and their reappearance at the saga's end reflects restoration, as the cursed ring is returned to its rightful place in the Rhine. From a mythological perspective, they embody the eternal cycle of loss and renewal, innocence and corruption, destruction and restoration. Beyond Wagner's work, the idea of the Rhine Maidens has lived on in folklore, literature, and even popular culture. They connect to broader European traditions of water maidens, mermaids, and sirens, enchanting figures who guard hidden treasures or lure mortals to doom. In Norse-influenced tales, they remind us that nature itself is alive, powerful, and dangerous when disrespected. The Rhine Maidens, though born from Germanic myth and preserved through Wagnerian opera, reflect timeless truths about the balance between humanity and the natural world. The mythology of the Rhine Maidens is more than a story of three sisters and their golden treasure. It is a reflection of cultural values, a mythic warning against greed, and a poetic vision of the harmony between humanity and nature. In them, we see the duality of beauty and peril, innocence and tragedy. Whether in ancient folklore or modern reinterpretation, the Rhine Maidens endure as powerful symbols of myth, reminding us that the deepest treasures often come with the highest costs.